UNCW's third-year head coach, Adell Harris, and I don't think Young does your program justice. On a 13-player roster, you have 8 sophomores and 2 freshmen. It's incredible. The youth movement continues at Trask Coliseum. You guys made some progress last year. Do you feel like perhaps ready to turn the corner this season?
You know, it's breakthrough season for us. That's what we've named as the title of the year, and our objective is to break through, and that doesn't mean, you know, break through in other people's opinion. That means for us, because we do have more depth on the roster. We are still a very, very young team, so I understand there's going to be a learning curve with a lot of things still, but we are in position to make some progress towards our ultimate goals and our ultimate vision for our program.
And with the youth of your program, Bree Mobley, she was a CAA all-rookie team member. How is she going to help lead and continue in the plight?
Well, it's necessary. We have talked to Bree about that. She knows it. It's one of the reasons why, you know, we've recruited her. You know, when you bring in a lot of young kids and you tell them in recruiting, you're going to play right away here. You know, in some of those conversations, we're saying you have the potential and the ability to be one of the best players to ever play here because of your 4 years of experience. She's going to be a kid that plays 4 years here and averages almost 30 minutes per game in every year. You know, what can you do for our program with that amount of time on the floor? She's a kid that can go from good to great. She's good right now. Can we get her to great is what our conversations with her are.
There were times last year where you said that we kind of go as Bree Mobley goes. If she has a good game, we have a chance to win. If she doesn't, it's going to be tough. It's a lot to put on a freshman, but she seemed to handle it well. How'd she come out of it mentally?
You know, I thought she was good. You know, she's the immaturity of getting the proper rest and eating right and valuing the scouting report and showing up for a shoot-around the way you're going to show up for the game. Some of those simple things that our freshmen did not do well for the extent of the season kind of hurt her. Those were the things I was disappointed in. But at the same time, how disappointed can you be when she's 18 years old and I'm asking her to take a shoot-around serious? You know, she's all about the game. Kids are all about the game. Now, I think she understands this league is difficult. And when James Madison shows up for their shoot-around, they're serious. And we had to be in the environment to learn some of those things and learn what it takes to be successful.
And how have you seen that emerge in terms of team personalities so far in your practices? Have you seen a change?
Yeah, there's a lot more ownership. You know, now they've been here a year, they understand. You know, it's the first time I've ever had a postseason, first time I've ever had kids here for the summer, and first time we've ever had a full preseason together. So we've just completed our first year as a unit together. So there's so much more, obviously, that we still need to learn and we have to build and we have to grow. But I like where we are with what they know my expectations. I know what they're expecting. You know, I think our relationships are stronger. That's at the core of everything good. So we're continuing to develop and get better. I like it.
A big part of where you are is Kelva Atkins, who averaged 16 points per game last year. And the beautiful thing about Atkins, she seems to play better against the better competition, particularly in the CAA tourney where she's excelled the last 2 years. How nice is that as a coach when your best player can rise up?
You know, it's a good and a bad thing. And that's the thing we talk about with Kelva. You know, you show up when the season's on the line and we're playing the best in the league and you want to get 27. But when we're playing at home versus, you know, I don't know, Elon on a Thursday night, I can't find you. And that's part of maturity and growing up. And even though she's a rising senior for us, she's also a kid that I recruited out of a junior college situation. So she's really in her 3rd year in our program along with me. But we've had to challenge her to do that. Can you be great every day? You know, I can't deal with 30-point games and then 10-point games. So consistency in her performance, I think, is where the bar needs to raise in order for our team to get wins because of her success.
If there's one thing you want to hang your hat on this season for your team in terms of personality, what would that be in terms of your philosophy and what you want for this squad?
I just want us to be the toughest team on the floor. I want people to look at us and say, God, they're young, they have some inexperience, but they're so nasty. They just keep coming, they get after you. It's never an easy possession. I'd like that mentality.
Right.
One of those players, it seems like they have that mentality. Ryan Flowers was kind of a beast on the glass, considering how young she was. What can she do for an encore?
She could be extremely good. She's one of those kids, again, in that freshman class we recruited, that the message was, you're going to play significant minutes for 4 years. Can you make a contribution to our program that's lasting? She had a 20-rebound game last year versus William and Mary. The televised games, you know, they show up for the games, you know, but they don't, the consistency of it. And that's what senior leadership gives you. Ryan's a sophomore. We're still going to ask her to do a lot, but at the same time, like for her to be more consistent.
And Midnight Madness was just a couple of days ago, and
Friday
you
night.
were a fantastic player, and
Yeah.
we love boots because it's getting cold outside.
That's right.
But
That's
the boot
right.
that
But
you're wearing
the
today,
boot that I'm wearing today.
I don't know if that's
yeah,
what we
it's
like.
you
I
know,
don't know if
it's
we can
kind of.
see. Oh, we don't like that.
Yeah,
boot.
I don't like it. I'm probably not gonna like it even more in like 3
no.
months. But yeah, tore my Achilles, Midnight Madness. Just actually giving Kelva a high five from she won the 3-point competition,
no.
and maybe I was really so excited because we don't get a lot of wins, so that was a win. And I'm like, we're starting the year off great. It's breakthrough season. We won the 3-point competition. She hits the basket, and I turn, and then it felt like a train ran into the back of my
Oh,
leg.
my
So.
goodness.
But I'm good. Surgery's tomorrow. We'll be good. And it's about the kids right now. I hope I'm the only injury.
One
Right.
last thing, real quickly. I saw you made your writing debut this summer.
Yeah.
X's, O's, and W's. You wrote an excerpt?
Yeah, I did. I just shared the story with Mr. Brown, who wrote the book, and I thought it turned out great. Very happy to be a part of it. The kid that I actually shared the story about was a former player of mine from Tusculum College who lost her father, and I was just sharing a more intimate story about their lives and how that impacted me as a coach. But yeah, I thought it was cool.
It certainly is pretty cool. The published author, Adell Harris,
Yeah.
in her 3rd season at UNCW, hoping for a big year with a lot of young players and a lot of talent.